funding, they decided to bring the rhino back. Yeah, these are local cows, call them long-horned cattle. Yes, Sheila. Hello? Yes. Yeah, it is. This one is important.
So we're here at the Rhino Sanctuary. They checked our passports on the way in. There's a restroom to use before we start driving, and the whole place is fenced. I have actual toilets in here, which is unusual. Right there on the bottom left.
Sanctuary we have other animals like leopard, but of course very rare to see. Then antelopes like our bushbuck.
So we're getting waterproof. All right, we just talked with the chef about our meal too.
Always not easy. You have to see
Lions and tigers.
Yeah, it's like keep our finger crossed.
So this is the rhino poop?
Yeah.
We're looking for rhino. It's all behind these trees, so we're gonna approach the rhino. Two frogs. Okay, we see a lot of other groups here now. You must know there's rhino here. So these ones were born with 5 legs, but one is a bit small. Always one baby at a time, never two. It is a toilet. They poop in the same spot apparently. So we learned that they're out here because they eat the grass, not the tall grass, the lower grass. And they also drink while they're eating because the grass tends to grow in the wetlands. So that's what they eat all the time. They can't see very well apparently, but they can smell and hear very well, so they move their ears around so they can know what's around them. Gusto, the big bull.
Come close here.
Okay, so we learned that apparently these were extinct in the 70s and 80s, and they made an effort to bring them back. So that's why this is a sanctuary, fenced in, and eventually they're going to be moving all these as they get larger in population to the national parks in Uganda. Very, very deep in there. Go step on the grass heads so you don't slip too far over the water and get your boots soaked with water.
kwa maji. Hapana weza, uko na wengine mwenye iko sehemu mwenye sio na maji mengi hiyo. Nyuma miti, kwa miti hiyo sasa mwenye iko ya miti nyeusi. Na Augusto pia iko hapo sehemu wazi hiyo. So this is Nada, young one, and a good friend. The young one is on this side.
On the left.
The head of the small. Flower can sometimes be eaten by some people. So mostly it's done by the strongest male. Males after 5.
All right, these are white rhinos or wide rhinos, and they're different from black rhinos because the other ones don't survive here in this country. The black rhinos will eat leaves and trees, and they're more aggressive and faster. These are not. And this is the mother and babies, and the big boss we saw earlier is like the top dog out here. And apparently that's the one who gets to pick the mate, and then the weaker males and other females mate while the big boss is mating, because it takes 45 minutes or so. But out here, and because of that, these other rhinos will never walk alone. They always walk in pairs because they might be taunted by the big boss at any time. And until they're strong enough to fight the big boss, because it could be a fight, especially if they're males, obviously, that's why they're gonna end up staying together and never alone. So they have this order amongst them, and that's how it goes. I don't know if you'll get to share it here, but we've been hearing them fart a lot, actually, while we're standing over here. I don't know if I'll capture that here or not. Oh, and anyway, this is the middle of the day, so they're in the shade. They are more active at sunrise and sunset, but you'd never get this close when they're active at sunrise and sunset because it's dangerous. You'll never outrun them. You only have to run faster than the slowest guest out here on foot, is what we've heard. And some mushrooms. Those mushrooms are growing on the rhino poop.
Males, their horns are always big at the base compared to the females.
You see?
Yeah.
They can transmit in case there are more females ready for mating, and this beaver is one. We have gone to the other side. You can see the white sheet on the back.
So this is the big boss, and we learned that the poachers go after their horns. They're $500,000 per horn value for the whole horn. These are the first ones we saw earlier. I'm told that the only time they'll actually move at this time of the day is if they're turning sleeping positions. Okay, so we've learned that there's about 20,000 white rhinos remaining, and about 5,000 are the black. And the black don't survive here in Uganda, just the white. Also, they can live, these rhinos can live 55 to 60 years here in this kind of a habitat that's protected and has lots of grass, lots of water. They don't have to hunt for it. They will fight a little bit, but they'll live less, like maybe another 10 years less in the zoo, and then they'll live maybe 45 years, 40 to 45, just in the wild on their own, not in a national park that's protected with lots of grass and water. Now you may wonder why they live longer in zoos. It's because they're protected from fighting. They can't get into these violent fights in zoos, and zoos are bad, so don't go there. All right, we made it back alive.
They're deep frying something.
So it's like a soup and the mashed potatoes.
Velvet monkeys. Aw, they're so cute. They're looking right at me. Are you allowed to feed them? Yeah, we're good, thank you.
Okay. The roots. We cook it, I'll show you on the roadside. You can either cook it, or you can roast it, or you can either dry it and make a flour from it with cassava flour.
I've heard of it.
Yes, and also the leaves, we eat them as like vegetables. They are very nice. And for example, in Congo, it's a special vegetable. They call them sombe. Yeah.
Manioc.
Manioc or cassava. In English, it's called cassava. In English.